How bad was it, and what happened?
So like I said, I mean, it was to the point where for over a year, maybe 2 years, I was doing everything I could to get that Oxycontin, because at that point, even the Lortabs or the Percocet, I'd have to get my hands on 10 to 12 of them to feel the proper effects, because I was so used to them. I had gained such a high tolerance. And of course you're still drinking, still smoking and things, but that became the addiction, that the where the body actually needed it to feel normal. And so in it was '04, I believe, '05, I believe it was very late '04 in December. It got so bad, I was calling in sick. I was down 15 pounds. I remember just feeling rail thin and skinny, because and I was getting sicker and sicker. And I remember that night, well, actually it was daytime, because I was laying in bed. I had called in sick from work again because I just couldn't function. And the withdrawals were just, they were in effect. I was
Brutal.
shivering, sweating. I was laying in bed in the fetal position, just crying. And I remember very specifically having a thought come to me that, is this your life? Is this the next 10 years? Is this the next 5 years? And I remember pondering on that, and thinking very clearly, is my purpose in life to find my fix? Is that my purpose in life? Because right now, that's my only purpose in life, is to find my next fix. And I remember that had me just bawling hysterically like a baby in bed, just thinking, I am worthless right now. And 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 it was in that moment where I thought to myself, I've been raised religiously. I've been raised, my parents have done a very good job installing Christ into my life. And, I went to church my whole life growing up. So in that moment, the only thing in my mind, the only possible answer was to turn to God. And I did. I got on my knees and I started praying that, you know, God, if you'll take this from me. And I made very specific commitments to him. And I was pleading with him. And God says, if you ask in faith, you will receive. And I had a lot of faith in that moment, because
All
I
you
knew
need is
he
a
was my
mustard
only.
seed in his world.
Yeah. And in that moment, I knew he was my only solution. He was my only answer.
That's
I just knew it. And so my prayer was full of faith. And I pleaded and I made commitments. If you'll take this from me, I'll go back to church next week. I won't have any pain medication the next day. And that was something very specific. I said, I will not have any pain medications. If you take these withdrawals from me, we'll start with tomorrow and we'll go from there. I promise I'll start going back to church. I promise I'll do everything I can to be a good person. Take these withdrawals from me. And in that moment, and right as I asked that question, I felt a violent shiver come over my body, and I felt a purge, and I physically felt the addiction leave my body, and it was gone like that. It was 1 second, and it just left me, and I felt it leave me, and then the joy that overcame me in that moment was spectacular. I felt like I was floating. I mean, it was amazing. So, I am a living uh, testimony that miracles are real, because there's no explanation for what happened.
not in the
But the
natural
addiction,
world.
not in the natural world, but the addiction left me in 1 second. It was gone, and I had no desire for pain medication from then on.